Hello, welcome to week 2. In this video I wanted to talk about discussion boards and WebAssign and a few other things. So the week 2 folder contains 5 subfolders, and each subfolder corresponds to a section in the lab manual that we looked at in a prior video. So the first thing we're going to talk about this week is piecewise functions. You'll see that starts on page 11 in the lab manual, and that corresponds to this first folder in week 2. So you can download the week 2 checklist, check it off as you complete things, and notice that the attendance for the week are 2 attendance discussion boards. The first one is going to be due on Tuesday this week because Monday is a holiday. And the second one, as usual, will be due on Wednesday. The one that's due on Tuesday will be graded according to the rubric this week, so I wanted to make you aware of that. So I'm going to go back to Blackboard and pretend like I'm starting on my week 2 material. So here is the interactive lesson that goes along with the lab manual. It has those Desmos activities in them. I'm not going to go in there because I've already posted a video on how that works. There is another lesson which is a peek ahead to domains that we'll visit again in Module 2. And of course there are the lab manual pages that you're supposed to do. So the piecewise function lab manual key are the answers to the pages in the lab manual, right, that correspond to piecewise functions. So it starts on page 11. So the key is posted for you every week. Therefore, when you choose a problem to do in the discussion boards, you have to be detailed. You can't just give the answer and get credit for your posting. So I'm going to go back to Blackboard. There'll be other videos and supplements. And then, of course, that link to WebAssign. So I'm going to go look at WebAssign. And notice that, I'm going to move my screen over a bit. Notice that the homework assignments correspond to those folders in our Blackboard course. And our homework and quiz assignments, well, just the quizzes. The homeworks are really never due. The quizzes for this week are due next Wednesday, January 17th. So let's say that we've gone through our material and we want to do a discussion board post. So I'll select the discussion board, read the description. It tells you which problems are available that cover the sections in this week. And note that it says to format your subject or the thread as page whatever and problem whatever. That way we can sort it and you can look through the discussion boards and see who's already posted a question so you don't repeat it. So let's say I want to do page 11. Number 1, write the domain in interval notation. Since I'm referring to a graph in this problem, I want to include that in my discussion board post. So I'm going to use the snipping tool in Windows that comes with Windows. I think there's something like it for Mac. I'm going to use the snipping tool to actually take a snip of that graph so I can refer to it in my discussion board post. Now you need to save it as a file, and it saves it as capture by default, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And then in my discussion board posting, I'm going to pull this little show more for the tools bar, and you can see this insert edit image. icon. You don't have to put the image description and title. That is for accessibility, though. So that was actually an old capture that I had done previously. I'm not going to redo it for the video, however. So notice how that put it right in line in my video, in my discussion board post. So I would name my discussion board post page 11, number 1. You want to make sure to start with page, because that's how I want to sort the discussion board posts. So I'll pretend that I answered the question, I inserted the graph correctly, I'll submit it, and then notice that if everybody follows that format of page X, number Y for the thread, then you can see easily what's already been done. And if you have a question, you want to see how someone has done a problem, you can easily look through this column and see if you can get some help. So that's the first discussion board for the week. The second discussion board for the week is not graded, but you need to do it for attendance. You need to do both of them for attendance. So the second discussion board is, somebody's already asked a question, is for WebAssign help. So I want you to ask a genuine question, in other words, something you really need help with, not just, you know, oh, how many questions are in, you know, assignment, whatever. Ask a genuine question on anything that we've gone over. Usually WebAssign people have questions about. Or answer someone's question. That would also count as attendance. This is a really valuable board. A lot of people like this board, so you need to make use of that. And I really don't want trivial posts like good job or I have the same question. It really needs to be substantive.